Hello YouTube, Alan here with DustyHikers.com, and what I want to do today is show you this really simple technique that you can do when you go on a training walk. I guess you could do this on an actual hike, but it would be tough because you need to scale. Um, so one really important thing about planning especially a multi-day hike, is to figure out how much water you need to bring with you. We hiked recently in the Big Bend National Park, and as the park rangers told me, there's very few natural water sources in the park other than the Rio Grande River. And so if you're going to go on a multi-day hike, you're going to have to carry a ton of water. And if you know more or less how much water your body uses while you're hiking, that's really important information. Everybody's different, everybody's body is different. So what I'm going to show you today really quick is just one way that I do this on my training hikes, so that when I am out hiking in the woods, or on especially a multi-day hike, I know more or less how much water my body is going to use on a daily basis. So this is something that you can do by yourself. You could do it with somebody else. You have to get naked for part of this, so be sure you pick somebody that you don't mind being naked in front of to do this. All right, so first thing is you go and you weigh yourself. So you take all your clothes off and go and weigh yourself, and that's your starting weight. And then you put your clothes back on. I would suggest put your shoes back on and go for a really long hike. I think the longer the better. I'm going to go for 2 hours today. And then you come back, take all of your clothes off, dry yourself off, and re-weigh yourself. And then you can figure out by the change in body weight more or less how much water you've lost. You're not only losing water, but it's a pretty close indicator, I think, for how much water you're going to lose over time while you're hiking. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I just weighed myself, and I'm just about to go on this 2-hour training hike. It's probably 90 degrees today, and it's fairly humid, and it's also super windy, so I'm probably going to lose way more water than I would normally on a walk. All right, one thing I wanted to say was, after you weigh yourself, you should not take a drink of water, obviously, before you start this, right? You want to make sure that you're not consuming anything after you weigh yourself. So I have to walk in this heat for 2 hours, and then without any water or food, so this could be a little dangerous if you're doing this in the desert, which I'm subtropical here, so anyway, I've done this before, I'm going to be fine. Anyway, you don't want to consume anything. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to put in my earbuds and listen to my podcast. Shout out to Income School Podcast, and then we'll see how much water I lose in weight in 2 hours of hiking or walking, speed walking, in these conditions. All right, see you in a bit. It's gonna be good. All right, I'm only like 4 minutes in, but I just love going on training walks. It's awesome. Oh, this is like an hour and a half at this point, I think. And I'm sweating big time. I'm curious to see how much water I actually lose. I did this like a year or 2 years ago, year and a half ago, and I think I lost like 2 pounds of water or 4 pounds of water. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll look it up and put it in the comments or something. But it is surprising, and especially when you pour the water out into a cup, to see how much water your body loses through sweat and perspiration and all of that. So I'm about 20 minutes from home. I'm ready to be done. My left calf hurts a little bit, which is not good. Okay, almost home. This has been rough. I don't know if my face is red, but it feels like it's on fire. So I'm just getting home. One of the important things when you get back, remember, do not drink water. You do not want to drink water before you weigh yourself. Take all of your clothes off and dry off your body, and then weigh yourself. And you just compare the weights. All right, let's go see how much I lost. Okay, I'm back. I'm actually filming this about 3 days after the long hike. Just life got in the way. So here's the results. Here's how much water I lost in 1 hour and 45 minutes of hiking. It's remarkable, and I actually have it poured out over there, so we're gonna go and see exactly what it looks like. Again, it's not entirely water weight that I'm losing, but a good percentage of that is moisture that your body is losing. Okay, so I walked 6.5 miles in 1 hour and 45 minutes, which is about 3.7 miles per hour. So that's a pretty fast pace. That's faster than I would normally hike, and it's way faster than I would backpack. But I think it's a good idea when you do this to do it as fast as you can over a long period, over a long distance, so that you get a pretty big number, and that way you can kind of gauge whether you're actually going to need that much when you go on a hike. So we saw that I lost 5 pounds of water, which came out to 9.59 cups. Now again, that's over 1 hour and 45 minutes, which means that in 1 hour I lost 5.48 cups of water, which is 2.86 pounds of water, which is 1.3 liters of water per hour. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys over there and we're gonna look and see exactly how much water I lost in 1 hour and 45 minutes of hiking. Okay, you can see here, this is ridiculous. This is 5 pounds of water, or 9.59 cups. I mean, just to give you an idea of how much water that is, watch me pour it into this. I mean, that's a huge amount of water. Okay, so that's how much water I lost personally in 1 hour and 45 minutes of fast walking in pretty hot conditions, and it was also super windy. So I would suggest that you go try this on one of your training walks, just to see more or less how much water your body is losing when you're walking, and then you can calculate how much you lose per hour. And it's a good number to keep in mind when you're planning for how much water you need to bring on your hike. I'll link a video here on just tips and tricks for hiking in hot weather. I hike in hot weather all the time because I live in South Texas. And hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.